Hello, welcome to the Wealth Transfer, and I hope every one of you had a most Merry Christmas. Peace and love was spread, hopefully, to not just your family, but to strangers along the way. Hopefully, we would do that all year round, right? The remembrance of our King's birth. As we're rolling here into the new year, we are going to make some decisions here, and we all kind of do this at the end of the year. So as we're rolling into the last end of this program, last half of the year, or last week of the year, really, we want to end up what happened with the Chinese yuan currency, why that's impacting your standard of living for the future, and why it's going to change your ability to buy and sell goods and services if you're not properly positioned. So as it's the end of the year, you start thinking through that in your finances. Keep it in mind, because this is real stuff and real things taking place now that that's happened. I am Terry Sacka, Chief Strategist. I'm along with Dr. Charles Vance, and you're watching the Wealth Transfer. Hi,
Terry,
Charles.
it is good to see you again today. Just appreciate the opportunity to be on the program with you.
You made me do the program.
I know that. I'm aware of that. You're just a wealth of information. I think it was me and my wife and your wife that corralled you into doing this, because Terry told us, he said, I don't want to do television. I just don't want to do that. I just don't like the whole thing. I don't want to be in front of people. I don't like public speaking. He went through this whole list of things, and our argument was, people need to know what you know. The church, the body of Christ, the general public needs to know, because the news is not telling us.
You know, they're not. And what amazes me is how much we do here and information we put out. And I still, to this day, Charles, get combat with the world. And even people watching the show, some of the comments they make, it's like they're just living in different spiritual planes. The people that we are coming in contact with are people that are spiritually in tune. They're praying people. They're serious about the Word in the Bible. And Jesus said, for those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have, more will be given. For those that do what they, or for those that don't, what they do will be taken. He's talking about discernment, revelation, and wisdom. And, you know, as we go along this world, I've had my share of lies and attacks against me. And we have been miraculously blessed by God through Cornerstone's journey to keep that very afar. But don't think for a second that the demonic doesn't try, because we are delivering truth. We are serious about the fight that we have. We are serious about the shed blood of Jesus Christ and the authority He's given us over the enemy. This truth will set you free if you pay attention to it.
That's the key. That's the key. You know, being a good manager is something that Jesus taught continually. He taught that in that story in Matthew 25 about the talents. It's our responsibility to manage what we have. You know, I've heard people say, well, I don't have much of anything. What am I supposed to do? You're supposed to manage what you have properly. We had some folks that went to church with us several years ago that they told some of our family members, they said, you know, if we don't have enough money to pay our mortgage, we just go out to the mall and just go ahead and buy stuff. That's bad management. That's a horrible way to do things. I'll just be the first to tell you that, okay? That's not what Jesus, in fact, Jesus said He would take, you've already kind of mentioned it, He would take from people that didn't manage properly and give it to people that do. And that's really where the wealth transfer is. That's the whole concept of this program, is for people to understand that you can either position yourself for wealth to come to you, and that's through good management. Or you position yourself so that wealth moves from you.
Yeah, and you know, Charles, that leads me right into where we're going here. Most people hold on to this. For whatever reason, they think it's real. Let's unfold that for a minute.
Sure.
You think this is real.
This is a sheet.
It's a sheet of money.
$2
Here's your real money in your wallet that you're holding for your future stability. Everything you're working hard for. That's it.
This is real.
What does that look like?
It looks like a piece of paper.
It looks like, oh, I won't damage it. It actually is real.
It's cool paper, though. I mean, it's got those little
cotton-looking little cloth in there. But it's a sheet of paper. Now, I won't even say what really I take at that as a paper. Some of them put it in little rolls, and they use it for other things. But let's just say that we put our trust into this, Charles.
Oh, I know.
Now, our whole entire life savings, ministry, churches, storing in this. Why? The Bible says dishonest weight and measure is an abomination.
That
Printing
means
fake money.
Disgusting, by the way. The word abomination means disgusting to God.
Honest scales are a delight. This has always been honest. There will be a reckoning. How do I know? I'm going to go back to show you how I know from last week, because this image we had right before we got off was the ratio of gold being sold in the market on paper for every 1 real ounce in the vault for delivery. Now, think about what that means. Look at that epic straight up line of manipulation. There are 294 ounces currently being sold in the market for every 1 real physical ounce for delivery. Now, you can take that off.
You know what that says to me? Is that the people that make the currency, the banking system, said there are too many people buying gold. So let's start selling them something that indicates they have gold, but we won't really keep enough gold that they could really redeem their stuff for the gold.
You know what? That's actually I like that.
So they're doing bonds or stocks for the gold now, right?
Sort of. And I like that because that's partially true. The other part is they need to keep the price down so you don't think there's...
buy it?
One, and two, so you don't think there's trouble in the economy. Now, if the price is down, then you think everything's okay. If the price is high, you think, hey, what do you do if you think the price is going up? You get out of this paper and put it into this.
Sure.
So when the price is as low as it is only low because of this.
Sure. It's a manipulation.
That one there's the manipulation right here, Charles. Right now, you see in this chart is on the right side, you see the orange bars. That is the physical demand since 2011 till now, exploding. People are buying astronomical amount of physical metal.
You're saying physical demand, which means people want this in their possession, or they want it in a private vault where they know they can go get it anytime they want it.
Yes, like in an IRA, it's real physical that goes in there.
Right.
That orange bar is the demand. That red is the decrease, meaning nobody's interested in paper anymore. Just make money while the price is going up.
That would scare people that are making the paper.
Yes, well, now here, think about this. Not everyone catches that yet, by the way, but think about this. They're into it typically, like on the left side there, you see it's almost equal. People buying paper, people buying physical. That's because the price was rising. It was going up, and they were like, hey, I'm going to make some money, I'm going to get it, I'll just buy the paper. Why is everybody buying the physical right now? Nobody buying the paper, except for the fact that the price is going down? See, the price is going down, yet the physical is going out the door. Why? Because people that know this is in trouble.
Sure.
Everything we're talking about with the Chinese yuan and other things. But why isn't the price moving? That's the ticket, right? That's the paper manipulation of this one right here, for instance. Let me go back here. The reason why the price is not moving is because of that chart right there.
If they're selling this to people as if I'm holding it for you, but here's your little IOU that says I've got it, but they really don't have it.
They really don't have it. And so, Charles, this is why the price is low. I say to the kingdom, if the price is this low because of that manipulation, you see that the demand is exploding physically. I'm telling you, is because I'm in refining and minting, we have a tremendous backlog right now on demand on this. And we're doing overtime to meet this demand. And so the price is low, and people say, well, that doesn't make sense. Yes, it's breaking the laws of economics. But that also means there is a reckoning coming, and the reckoning means the prices will eventually have to go higher, because remember, this doesn't go up and down. It's this that fluctuates that makes that happen. And we're showing you how it's fluctuating. In the rest of this program, watch how we show you exactly why this is going to fluctuate.
So, well, this really doesn't go up and down. You just said that. Yeah. This has the same trading value that it keeps this trading value.
Right.
You told, when we first started doing this program 3 or 4 years ago, I don't remember how long it's been, but you did something with clothing, like a whole suit of clothing, and how it traded for silver then per ounce, and how it does the same thing now.
Right.
This has not changed in trading value, but boy, this changes in trading value.
You know what? That is a very good point. And you know, Charles, we're almost in our 4th year of filming this program. So I guess if we've been doing this on Christian television for 4 years and we've never had a complaint or a problem, my guess is we're probably doing something right. So don't be too deceived about the enemy's lies and tactics out there. We have tremendous relationships and a very outstanding group of support of ministries and churches. And I can only tell you, Dr. Vance wouldn't be with me either if we weren't straight up honorable. So yeah, I know. So I'm just saying, you know, I know folks, man, they want to throw us under the carpet so quick, Charles. But you know, you go somewhere else. Well, I'm really here for the information more than anything.
Anytime something doesn't go along with somebody's ideas, or if somebody's trying to manipulate somebody into doing something else, they're going to try to make you the bad guy.
Absolutely. And I don't have a problem with that. I'm good with it. Now, because what you're seeing, what I'm telling you right now, and this information is so real, and is so real to our survival, we must understand this. So remember, it's our IRAs, our retirement, our future standard of living. Remember, be informed, be educated. It's our ability to understand this. How we diversify it is up to each individual. But here are some good ways to get started. And because this is New Year, the end of the year, I would take it very serious.
Cornerstone Asset Metals is here to help you protect and preserve what you have worked hard to gain. For those who have IRAs to protect, 401ks to preserve, or cash in the bank, we would like to send you a package of information regarding the changes to the dollar and the challenges of our economy that you need to be prepared for. This package includes how easy it is to roll over your current IRA or 401k into a physical precious metals IRA for long-term protection of your hard-earned wealth. For those of you with cash to invest, we can arrange to have your precious metals stored in a private vault or simply send it to your home. Call or register now.
Now remember, we've been showing you the manipulation on the paper and the demand, explosive demand for gold, but maybe some of you didn't catch why. Why is because it's about psychology. If the Federal Reserve Bank and the bankers can make you think everything's okay, you will go and spend your money. If you buy this, you're not spending this. And so they really are doing the psychology. So the manipulation on the paper is to make you think it's a bad idea to store your hard-earned wealth in something you should have always been in the first place. And so just understand this is all psychological warfare. And from my perspective, we in the kingdom, shouldn't we have better discernment? Shouldn't we be not partaking in a dishonest weight and measure and storing in where God said we would have our protection? Because I'm showing you the evidence is why that protection's there. Now, we've talked about gold, and we showed you some things in gold. I'm not even a fan of gold. Gold, it's not going as high as silver is on a return on an investment. And there's such a difference because silver is the second most consumed commodity in the world next to crude oil. And most of you don't know that. Medical technology, bioequipment, solar cell systems, you name it, the mirrors you're looking at, you name it. Without silver, the industrial complex doesn't survive. And yet, year over year, for the last 10 years, actually it's been longer now, we have actually consumed more silver than we actually produce and recycle. So many of you are saying, well, why isn't the price going up? Well, next image. We can even put this one up to get started, and then we can go full. Because this image shows you previously, when the prices were rising last time silver went to $50 an ounce, if you notice the green and the blue on the left, papers trading was the green and blue was the physical demand. Well, a lot of people were in the paper. Hey, silver's rising hundreds of %. Let's just make some money, but we don't care about the real asset. Well, look at the right side today. Absolutely explosive, off the chart, physical silver demand. You can take that off and go full.
Terry, you actually told me last time you were in, we tape these programs, every 3 to 4 weeks. And the last time you flew in, you told me that your silver supplier had just emailed you or contacted you and told you if you weren't doing business with them, that they weren't going to be able to supply silver at that time.
Well, no, that's absolutely true. Matter of fact,
because they're just running low on it.
Well, they cut off any future new accounts in the refinery. So either you're in or you're not. And we are so blessed and honored. So if we weren't doing the right thing, by the way, all these years, we would not be in the refinery. We wouldn't have the relationships we have there. But the refinery has told us the demand is so strong. What you're looking at behind us, on the right side there, on your shoulder there, is such an explosive silver physical demand this time round, and nobody's buying paper. So we ask ourselves, why isn't the price moving? Well, the price isn't moving because of that manipulation, remember? The paper?
Now, that can't last forever, can it?
That's my point. No, of course not. Now, here's even better than that. As we see this physical demand exploding, yet the price isn't moving. Gold is 294 ounces per 1 real ounce in the vault. We lost track of silver. We haven't calculated again. Silver is like 400 ounces on paper.
So they're really trying to manipulate
They're
it. They're just
really leaning on.
Desperate.
There is so much paper sold on silver to keep that price. Silver is like a tea kettle ready to blow up. I'm not making it up. You're looking at the demand. And if the demand is this strong, and yet that is a picture of production. All of these years since 2004, total global cumulative net silver balance, negative. And this is
we're consuming more, using more in the
We're
industry.
consuming and using more than we produce and recycle. So if that is negative year over year, meaning this, we had 12 billion ounces of silver above ground back in the day when we came off the silver standard in the 70s. Today, barely 800 million above ground.
Wow.
We're talking it's gone. And everyone says, well, where is it? It's in your computer screens, smartphones, trash dumps. But as you're seeing the chart below me, let's actually make that up on the screen. Let's put that up. This chart shows you the balance, cumulative balance year over year. And look at back in 2008, 300%, or 300 million ounces negative that year, and that was only in 08. And we keep consuming. Now, I'll have to say, if you notice on the right there in 14 and 15, we did a better deal. That is a direct reflection of the paper manipulation, and so you can take that off, we'll just go full. Is a direct reflection of the paper manipulation, because you see how it's been dipping, right? And then if you notice on the right, those 2 years, it went up a bit. The paper manipulation, Charles, caused the psychology to stay away. And they were able to recoup some of the losses, but yet it's still negative. So you have a tremendous amount of physical demand on silver. You see that year over year we keep going negative and negative. There is coming a day, my colleagues say, that the silver-gold ratio will be 10 to 1.
Well, the fact is they're not making any more.
I know. No, they can't. And let me stay on that
what
silver.
is.
Let's stay on that silver ratio. It's right. What does that mean? How many ounces of silver does it take to buy 1 ounce gold? Historically, it was 16. We could do math. But right now, 75. Why? Wow. That paper manipulation. So the only reason silver is $14, $16 an ounce is because of that. If we go to 10 to 1 that my guys in the mining industry are telling me, right now today silver is $110 an ounce. So I'm saying in the kingdom, for our IRAs, our 401ks, our cash, our future in church and ministry's ability to be there. This is not get rich quick. If you think that, you're in the wrong place. You should have always been in silver. Just the last 10, 15 years, you'd be up hundreds of %. The fact is, just positioning monies you don't need right this second, why our retirement accounts, church accounts, and ministry accounts should be in hard, tangible assets. Because remember, being informed, being educated, is essential in the kingdom for what's coming. And in order to do that, I know you need to learn a little bit about how and why the dollar is crashing and why it's going to happen. Here are some good ways to get started, and you may want to take down the information.
Cornerstone Asset Metals is here to help you protect and preserve what you have worked hard to gain.
Awesome.
For those who have IRAs to protect, 401ks to preserve, or cash in the bank, we would like to send you a package of information regarding the changes to the dollar and the challenges of our economy that you need to be prepared for. This package includes how easy it is to roll over your current IRA or 401k into a physical precious metals IRA for long-term protection of your hard-earned wealth. For those of you with cash to invest, we can arrange to have your precious metals stored in a private vault or simply send it to your home. Call or register now.
Now, this program and last week has been some of the most comprehensive stuff as to what currently is going on, why it's going on, and why bringing that Chinese yuan into the mix of reserve currencies is going to impact us soon, and why the wars are raging right now around the world to try to stop and angle this, what I call Silk Road trade approach from China and the BRIC nations, because it's coming. Now, half the war isn't just bombs and soldiers. Half of it is psychological against you and we, the people. Because if we think everything's okay, oh, we'll get by, we'll get okay, we'll get through it, you won't make the necessary changes that you really should. It doesn't matter what the price is doing in these tangible assets. It does matter that you get protected. I'm here to say, you wait till it's too late, you're going to either pay a lot more money anyway because the premium will be higher on the physical purchase, and it may be difficult to get. There is already waiting periods to get this stuff now, and I'm telling you, in the refinery and minting, I know what the real bottom lines are, and so it's going to happen whether you believe it or not. I'm here to say in the kingdom, it's an asset so vital to our survival. If we get it, we have resources. And so we showed you the actual physical demand exploding and why they're manipulating it on paper. Why do they have to do this? It's not just the Chinese yuan. Why are they doing this? Take a look at this next image here. This next image we could even put up and then go full. This next image is showing year-over-year profits in business. And when you see it in the full side behind me, you'll see even better. But look at the right side in those red arrows. If you notice the big dips below zero and then a dip at the end, we are now in a stage of going negative, meaning it's collapsing again. It's collapsing.
What's collapsing again?
The economies, profits for businesses, okay. Everything's slowing down. Now, in this full image, you see the big lines here in the middle? Those are Shemitah years. And so profits for businesses and the economy, meaning businesses are tightening the reins, they're not profiting, things are slowing down, we're in trouble, we're in recession. Right there is the proof of the economy. First one, Shemitah 1, Shemitah 2, believe it or not, the third one, we've crossed through zero. We are in a recession on our way to depression. And Charles, I'm here to say, if we get one hiccup, I mean one hiccup, this whole thing is blowing up again, worse than 2008. And why can I say that with confidence? Take a look at this image behind me. I can say with confidence because, let's put this up full. This image here is known as our total credit balance. This total credit balance has been really since even in the 90s. This is when, bank and credit lending, you see how it just keeps going straight up, right? Do you see the little hiccup there on the right? That tiny decline in credit expansion almost destroyed the very economy we knew. That was in 2008. We all remember the collapse. Since then, we've expanded to $60 trillion in fake credit lines. Wow. Unbelievable, staggering image.
Is that to businesses and personal as well? Is just to everybody when you're talking those numbers?
Yes.
Okay.
But what's important about this, that hiccup we see, that little hiccup, almost destroyed us.
All it took was just a tiny downturn on this chart.
And 2008, that's what 2008 did.
Sure.
Look at where we went since then. Not only are we not any better off since 2008, we are substantially worse off. And check out this is another. Oh, you know what? I put it in later on. Yes, I did. That's okay, because we'll leave it at that. Because, Charles, what this really means is that credit expansion, our economy, our way of living, is not what you think it is. The central bank monetary printing has exploded. We are trillions and trillions more in debt. Since the current president has taken office, we have expanded $10 trillion in our deficit. $10 trillion in just this current administration. If you don't think that's going to cause some problems in the future, wait till you see why we're in the wars and why it's impacting us. Because this immigration, the war in Syria, the attack on the Russian jet, we're going to get into next week. And you're going to see how it's linked to just what I'm showing you. So get protected. Be preserved with your thoughts and your finances. If not for yourself, for the kingdom, for your children and your children's children. Have a happy new year. Be wise this year, because it's going to get tough. But no, we in the kingdom will always prevail if we're wise.
Don't forget, you can watch these programs on demand 24/7 at CornerstoneAssetMetals.com. Make sure you join Terry and myself next week right here on The Wealth Transfer. See you then.
Cornerstone Asset Metals has focused on using gold and silver reserves to protect your assets from volatile currencies. Another hard asset that is just as important for your sustainability is food. We believe that preparation is a key to being successful in an unstable economic environment, so we started Cam Ready Food just for you. The Bible tells us that Joseph used the resources of Egypt to prepare for a global famine by storing up food in a time of plenty. His preparation not only preserved the lives of his family, but many others as well. At Cornerstone, we believe the time is now to re-examine this biblical lesson so that you and your family can be prepared for any disaster, job loss, food shortage, or economic instability. You can start preparing today by visiting our website, camreadyfood.com, because food truly is the ultimate currency. Cornerstone Asset Metals is here to help you protect and preserve what you have worked hard to gain. For those who have IRAs to protect, 401ks to preserve, or cash in the bank, we would like to send you a package of information regarding the changes to the dollar and the challenges of our economy that you need to be prepared for. This package includes how easy it is to roll over your current IRA or 401k into a physical precious metals IRA for long-term protection of your hard-earned wealth. For those of you with cash to invest, we can arrange to have your precious metals stored in a private vault or simply send it to your home. Call or register now.